I'm a songwriter. I'm a producer. Um, I am a businessman. I am just an all-round creative. And but my main thing is an artist and songwriter. Um, Before that, though, I don't know if I should go back into my like history, but as a child, I grew up in Sierra Leone. Also grew up here, but Sierra Leone was a very impactful time in my life because I I was in London as a youngster at 11, age of 11, and then I was shipped to Sierra Leone, a whole new way of life. I went from, flushing the toilet and the water running and switching the light on and it comes on and, turning on the TV to, hold on, the light's not coming on. Hold on, I have to go and fetch water. Hold on, the TV, and I'm not even talking about actually comes on. I'm talking about it's broadcasted from 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Before that, there's no TV in the land. You understand? So that was a big change for me, you know. And the only toys I had were like my piano and a Game Boy that I was given. Now in Sierra Leone, there's no games for Game Boy, so I was stuck with Tetris. Got bored of that. So what I had was my piano, and my piano is literally what kind of allowed me to start my musical journey. You understand? Like it got to a point where I was like, you know what? I was going to church and all of that and just hearing hymns, and I came back and I was just trying to pick them up, by just playing and hearing and trying to, play them. And then in my school, in my secondary school, my headmistress, who literally she died maybe about a week ago or so, but at the time she was like 70 something, 80, so she's like over 100 when she passed. But she saw something, you understand, that um, nobody else had kind of seen in me, i.e., I needed to do music. Now, my dad was academic. He's about numbers. He's about, he was High Commissioner for Sierra Leone. He was suit and tie to the, like, from birth to death, literally suit and tie. Whereas I am creative. So he never really saw, didn't understand. And my mother didn't really understand a creative mind. But this old lady, Oli Gabidon, she understood that this boy needs to do music. So she used to let me come out of class just to play piano in Sierra Leone. And that was the first like investment into my music, somebody actually seeing a talent. So fast forward a few years, obviously we'll go back over the story, but as an artist and as a producer, like I've always loved music. It's like it's always been almost therapy for me, not necessarily having to sing about issues, but being able to just get the sounds and the vibrations out. So yeah. Don't know if I answered your question, but yeah. I've wanted to go from the beginning.
Oh yeah. And it's a great story to have someone pay attention and observe your gifts and talent.
Definitely.
That's powerful, and you'll never, obviously, that's one of the most important step changes in your whole life and career. So what are you doing now?
So right now, I'm doing what I was doing before, which is creating music. So I've been very blessed to, one thing I said to myself as a musician, if I want to do this thing, I have to invest in myself. And one thing I did was I built a recording studio, White Hut Studios. And the reason I did that was I didn't want to wait or rely on maybe a label to say, all right, you think it's your time now, let's go. Because just the same way they can say it's your time, let's go, they can say it's your time, you have to stop now. And so I built a recording studio so I could do my music. And that has actually helped me so much through this, through this time. So White Hut Studios and education, myself and Miriam have also been working with young people virtually as well. So another thing we've been doing during this time is doing live streams, producing for young people. And then also we've been blessed to work with Fair Share and give out food parcels to people that needed it as well. So that's what I've been doing during this time. So fast forward now to about 2016. I partnered up with Miriam Thompson, fantastic mentor. She's like been quite instrumental in the education side of White Hut Studios. We built this education program to go into schools to mentor kids through music, and the reason being is because a lot of young people they're kind of overlooked. The ones that don't fall in line are overlooked. And then because they're overlooked, they end up doing stupid things, you understand? And it's not because they're bad, it's just because they're just misunderstood. What we decided to do was go into schools and mentor them from a point of interest. There's no point me saying, open your textbook and read this paragraph if you're not interested in it. You're just going to read it and you're not going to retain it. You're not, if you touch a man's mind, you might change his mind for a day. But if you touch his heart, understand, you can change his life. And that's what we decided to do: go into schools and work with young people through a point that they're interested in. And most of them, are interested in music. So we produced a song right in front of them, and that already wows them. That already gets them looking like, oh my gosh, wow, like, is that how it's done? And then once we do that, we help them write positive music. We help them, think about issues that they're going through at home or in school or anything that they're happy with or even not happy with. And then we work with them from that standpoint, and then we mentor them, and we have a celebration event for them at the end of that 6-week period. And yeah, it's been really good. I mean, it's something we started 2006, and we've been blessed to, do a lot of work in Croydon, in Kent, like all over. So yeah, it's been really good. One thing I've had to learn is to weather the storms I go through, to understand that without the rain, I can't appreciate the sun. You understand? So when things happen, because I think before I used to be very, if it goes bad, I'm really upset, angry and frustrated. And I think now I've learned to just, like someone said, don't be a thermometer, be a thermostat. You might have heard of that before.
Yes.
Where it's like I've had to tell myself, be more of a thermostat, like control the situation. Don't react to it too much. And I think that's what's been helping me, as a small business during this time. It's been whoa crazy. We had amazing. I'm sure everybody's had goes. Everyone's gone through this situation, but things lined up. We're like, right, this year's going to be amazing, and then whoop, it's all gone. So it's like it made me now realize, okay, right, during this time, I have to just, find myself more. And I think I've been blessed to, coming from a Christian background, having an amazing pastor. I'm not at church every Sunday, but that's another discussion. My whole journey, like in church, helped me and shaped me right now, because it made me realize like some of the things that God says, like, just being able to forgive, just being able to be understanding during situations, and not reacting. That's what's helped me through this time, thinking, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Da, 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 da. I had to just sit down and understand, wait, I've got food, I've got clothing, I've got shelter. I'm okay. You understand? Everything else is a bonus. Everything else is a plus. You understand? And once I started to appreciate more of what I had, I realized I've actually I'm okay. And so that's what's been helping me through this time, my mental well-being. Obviously, there's always more that you want, you're like, right, this should happen and that should have happened and da 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 da. Because I was planning to go to Spain to shoot music videos, and my project should have been released by now. I finished it last year, mastered everything. My plan was to be on such a roll right now, but just like everybody else, it's been blown out of the water. But what I realized is that I had to just come back to myself, relax, calm down, realize that, you know what, once you have life, you're blessed, you're good. So those are the kind of things I've been telling myself, and not, overreacting or anything like that. So yeah. They're all interested in well-being. We have kids that come in, you'll have a kid that comes in, I like drill. I want to talk about murdering this, that, or blah, blah, blah. I say, all right, cool. That's what you're interested. That's fine. Have you done it? No. Do you want to do it? Nah, it's just lyrics. Okay, cool, but that's what you're interested in. So, like, let's think about this. Do you want to be successful? Yeah. Okay, do you think you can be successful by doing that? Well, and then once you start breaking it down, you start realizing, because sometimes these young people they've not like figured out why they like this. They just like it because their brethren likes it and everybody's singing it and everybody's playing it. But if you break it down, do you actually like it? Is this what you want? No. So once we've gone through that, and so it's not, we don't ever go in and say, you like drill music? Drill music's bad. No, there's so many drill records I like. I'm like, okay, I love the beat, I love the bass. But when you look at some of the young people and when we're mentoring them, we realize that everybody wants a good life. You want to live in a nice house. You want to have money. You want to feel that you're doing well in life or whatever. Okay, these are some of the answers that we get from young people, which is great. But then we break it down to them and say, look, if you're singing about these things, is that the best way to get it? And once you break it down, then they start to listen. And then we're like, okay, so what do you want? Okay, I want a nice house. So start singing about that. Write about something that you enjoy. Like once we start breaking it down with them, and none of it's ever judgmental. Because you've got to remember, when you point your finger, there's three fingers pointing back at you. You understand? And that comes in any situation. So we're never pointing fingers. We're hands out. Like we're saying, look, we're in this together. I want you to be happy. I want you to think about the decisions. So when we're mentoring young people, especially through music, because music is so powerful. It's like it's the one thing that brings everyone together. You have to understand that once you start speaking to these young people and breaking down just little by little, okay, these are the vibrations that you're interested in and these are the lyrics, but why? And then before you know it, these young people change their mind. They're like, you know what, it's sunny outside, I want to sing about just feeling good and with my boys. And I'm like, you're not going to get arrested for that. Well, you might now because it's COVID-19 time, but post lockdown, you'd be good. You understand? And once you start doing that, it kind of changes their mentality and changes the way they look at things, and they have a more positive outlook. Not because I've told you, nah, Joe is bad and da 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 da. It's just like, let's break it down, bro. This. You tell me if it's good. Now let's break it down. So that's how we kind of work with the young people. We break it down and just let's have a conversation. Let's listen to this. There's no pointing of the finger. There's no accusations.
So,
Okay. So when I was in Sierra Leone, the reason why I left is because there was a rebel war. Now, when young people tell me about the war they've got going on, Blue Borough, Green Borough, West Croydon versus North Croydon, I'm like, bro, listen, I'm coming from a place where you can be sleeping, and because you're in a rebel war, soldiers and rebels are firing bullets in the air to say, right, we're in this area. And those same bullets that they're flying are going through the roof and killing people in their sleep. Like you're going through and you're hearing bombs, you're going through, you're hearing, grenades, you're hearing craziness. you know, and I was blessed to be able to escape that. You understand? We had to drive from Freetown to Guinea on the road through places that rebels have already captured, and it was through the grace of God I survived and got there. I have a friend who lived through it even worse than me, you know. So when I see all of that stuff, when I've been through all of that, and I see what happens in, over here. I mean, I'm always talking to young people. I'm thinking, this is like, you don't even have to. You haven't got an issue. You guys are bored. So like for me, when I was younger, it never interested me. I could see night and day. I came and I saw peace. I was like, yeah, why am I jumping into war? Like, what are you looking at? Bro, I'm just walking past. Like, I realized that, that's not what I wanted. And because I love music and that's my passion, that's where all my energy went. So I've had friends who were like, yeah, let's go here, let's go there. I'll be like, I'm making a beat, bro. I'll catch you there. And then the beat would be so sweet. I'll be listening to it, making it, and before I've missed an appointment, then the next day I'll get the call, oh, this happened, bro. Oh, my day. Oh, thank God. That was God just protecting me, And I think it's being able to put, as a young person, I was able to put my passion, just hone my energy into my passion. So I never really, that's how I kept away from being on the road or deciding to get drunk or whatever. Like, I've always just loved my music. That is where my joy has been. That's where my peace has been, And I think that's what I want to kind of show young people now. That was music for me. It might be something else for you, but it's the same journey. Let's find that passion and let's feed it. Because they say the devil makes work for idle thumbs. Once we make those thumbs active, the devil ain't gonna have anything to play with. You know what I mean? And that's it. So yeah, that's how I kind of stayed away.
So you have to.
I will say this, if that is so true, because I never feel that I need a holiday. I never feel like, oh yeah, can't wait to go. I don't look forward to Fridays and I don't hate Mondays.
Expand on that. Expand
so
on
we
that
live
a
in
little bit.
we're taught in a culture, and even from school, almost to look forward to a Friday and to test a Monday. So from Monday to Friday, you're doing something you don't like, you're upset, you're frustrated, your boss or whatever. So come Friday, you are trying to escape all of that emotion. So, some people find it in a bottle, some people find it in raving or whatever, which is cool if that's what you love doing. But then Saturday comes, then Sunday you're dreading. And then next minute, Monday, you're back in the rat race. So like I saw that from a young age. So I always knew that I want to look forward to every day. I want to look forward to every single day because it's a blessing. I don't want to ever feel that I have to get an escape, like, oh my gosh, I need to leave, I need to holiday, I need to just. And I think when I was able to, and listen, I'm not rich. No, I'm rich. Sorry, I'm rich. Yeah, I'm rich in blessing. I'm rich. You understand? Because I always try and say I'm not, but I am. Yeah, it's coming. But the main thing is, if sometimes you want the millions and this, that, and you realize you don't need them. What you have, if you're able to hone in to your to your craft, to your passion, what's in your heart, then it allows you to do things you love. And just like you said, you feel like you're not working a day in your life. You understand? Don't get me wrong, it's difficult to get to that place. It takes a lot of being broke, it takes a lot of not having, a lot of sacrifice. But once you realize, okay, you know what? Everyone's got the brand new car. I don't need that. I'll buy something cheap and cheerful that will allow me to still do what I love, because I don't love the car. I love what I'm doing, what gives me joy, because that car will get old and mash up and I have to do a next thing. But what I love doing, my music, that feeds me. That's priceless. So I think that's those kind of things have helped me so much. Just do what you love, and loving what you do is so important. So you don't have to look forward to the Friday and then dread the Monday. You understand?
It really is important. And I know many people in the industry or in a profession or in a
Mm,
vocation that do what they believe they're called to do, but they don't
yeah,
love it.
yeah,
And so there's a resistance, there's a fight. It's a grind. And that could be from the nurse right the way up to the faith leader. It doesn't
yeah,
matter. It could be the prime
yeah,
minister. Some
yeah.
people are doing things which they could even be good at,
A lot of people are.
but they hate doing it. And so I want to give you a thumbs up for that one, and props, little
Oh,
hand claps if we can all join in.
thank you,
Well done, because
thank you.
that to find that is precious, and to
I
maintain.
had to, I
Go ahead.
had to disobey my parents to
Uh-oh.
find that. No, 100%, because it's not a plain sailing.
Yes.
You know, my mum is the don't do it. Hey, what if it's gonna be a problem? That's my mum. Like, and I thank God for her for saying that, because it opened up a different side of my brain to make me think. But what if it does work? You understand?
Mm.
And like, you have to be like, my parents never understood me doing music in the beginning. You know, African parents, doctor, lawyer, what's the other one? Pastor,
Teacher.
or teacher, or one of those, you know, and which are fantastic if that's your passion. You understand? Like, I was rubbish in school, and I always tell this to my mum. I'm like, look, I was rubbish. My GCSEs, rubbish, but I'm in school teaching now. So why? And I guess it's because, like, I had to listen to what my spirit said, you know. There's this thing that happened. So my dad was a high commissioner for Sierra Leone. He got to meet the Queen. He got to meet so many dignitaries, and me doing what I do, my music, I got to meet Prince Charles, and we got a picture with him. And I took the both pictures to my mum. I said, look, if I never decided to do what I love, just like my dad did, God rest his soul. Look at this. He met the Queen. I met Prince Charles. Like, for me, that was a mind-boggling thing, because I decided to do something I love. Now, if I was saying, okay, you know what, yeah, mum, I'm just gonna go be a manager in this job and, you know, make the money and whatever I can do. Like, if I listen to my parents, which is important, you have to listen to them, but you also have to listen to your spirit. You understand? God has given us something called the spirit of discernment for you to, you know, it's very powerful. That still small voice. Sometimes it will not line up with your parents. And that is because you have to trust God. You understand? You have to trust God. Sometimes you will not see the way. You will not see the way. It will not make sense. But if you trust God, what He will bring to you will be mind blowing. And I think me loving my mom and saying, okay, my mom saying, hey, don't do it all. I'd be like, mom, you know what? But what if it does work? And I decided to listen to that still small voice, and it's opened the world of doors for me, like things I never thought I would ever achieve or do. And I'm not even talking accolades, it's just doing what I love. Being, you know, I was very blessed to work with Tyler Perry on his movie, on one of his movies, make music for him, like travel the world, you know, just do what I love. Because I just listened to that still small voice that, you know, that I knew that if I go here, I'm going to be broke. There's not going to be any money. People are going to be in their brand new cars and wearing brand new shoes. You are wearing shoe from 2002, bro. Like, but because I had you have to have that vision, and you have to just say, you know what, just keep going. And those are the things that I think, unfortunately, in the time that we're living now, with, you know, very things happening quickly, which is amazing. Sometimes you forget that graft, that, you know, if you want, you know, McDonald's is open now. We can all line up and get McDonald's right now. But you know, by the time by 2 o'clock you're hungry again. Or you can decide to peel them potatoes and roast the chicken and all the Sunday roast that takes hours. But bro, you'd be eating all week. You understand? And so that's where that's something. Once you do that, once you give yourself that time to incubate, you know, some people, they'll go far quick. This person's ahead, and your head will be banging because you'll be like, how come? Why am I not there? But it's still in the oven.
Yes.
I think we need to listen to them, first of all. There needs to be more listening, because I think with young people, they're spoken to so much. It's, you know, literally, that's the difference, I think, with when I approach young people. It's like, what do you enjoy? What do you like? I think that's the issue. I think we've had so much of a rigorous, you know, way of teaching. Obviously, that this style of teaching has been on for so many years. And I think because times have changed, you know, kids, for instance, they're not supposed to be on their phones in class, but yet people are making millions on their phones. So it's like, why are we not changing the way we're teaching young people? Because you'll find a child would probably find a way to a business from a young age just through his mobile phone, instead of him being told he must learn, you know, about Aztecs that he's not interested in anymore. You know, it's about finding what they are interested in and working that way. I think that's the best way to bring out a change. We have to let them thrive. And I think, you know, especially in the time that we're in now, we have so many more examples. You know, maybe, you know, 20 years ago, we didn't have the examples that we have now. You know, you can see, you know, so many young people making money. I think the most important thing, you know, we're in such a great information age as well, where we can learn. You don't even need to go to university. YouTube is your university now. You understand? You can learn anything you want to, you know, online. So I think we're in such an amazing time now. We just have to, you know, let's try not to live through our children. You know, I have a daughter, you know, and when she's in the studio, I don't tell her to do music. I find out, I just do what you want to do. If you don't want to do music, if you want to color, if you're interested in that worm on the ground, whatever. And I'm trying to learn and follow her lead, because yeah, if I say no, play drums, no, you must sing, da 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 da. She may, you know, that if I push what I want on her, it's not what she wants, it's what I wanted. And then when I die, she's going to be lost, because I'm not going to be there to keep telling her this is what you need to do. But if we ignite the passion in our young people and step back and just guide them and follow their lead, I'm telling you. I think through music, it's, I think we have to kind of allow people to be able to really love and really listen to the music that they enjoy. Now, unfortunately, like, I think some music is great and it will heal you, but I think some music will kill you as well. You understand? We know that there's that type. And I think it's just through, I think it's just through positive. We have to just be feeding more positive vibes, positive music, because, you know, especially like with black music, we know that, oh my gosh, most of the black music that is pushed is negative. Like, you know, it's got a negative connotation, beef, whatnot. But we know that that's not all that's there. It's just what kind of reaches the top, because that's what's being pushed. But I think it's for us to kind of showcase and share um, good vibe music. I think that's very important, because I was talking to someone the other day. I was just like, you know what, we're discovering even a lot of the South African house and stuff like that. And I don't understand any of the languages. We don't understand them. But when you listen, the vibes are so positive and so amazing. It's like it just gives you a great feeling, great emotion within you. And I think sometimes it's just the vibrations because they're positive, even though you may not understand what they're saying. Maybe a love song, maybe a sad song, but sometimes it's just the vibrations that bring out positive emotions in you. So I think it's just about us as, you know, consumers of music, sharing and showcasing more positive music. You know, it's very important because unfortunately the labels and the big wigs, they always want us to, they want us to kill ourselves basically. That's why they promote that type of music. You know, they don't want us to love ourselves. They don't want us to be friends east with west. They want it, nah, it sells if you guys are fighting more, you know what I mean, in the ring. And I think it for us, we need to be sharing more positive vibes, you know. If you listen to Adele, she's not cussing Sam Smith. If you listen to Ed Sheeran, he's not beefing Justin Bieber. But, you know, we are always, as, you know, black musicians, we're always kind of shown that, oh, we have to kind of beef and that's what sells and da 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 da. But in our spirit, in our soul, we know that, nah, we are lovers. We're the type of people, you know, you come to our house, we'll feed you. You understand? Are you hungry? We won't give you a cup of tea. We'll give you rice and stew. You understand? That's just how we are. And I guess with our music, it's the same thing. We always want to love. You know, that's why Afrobeats. That's why I'm an Afrobeat artist. You know, I could rap, I could do drum and bass, but I don't love that. There's no love in it. Like for me, I want to make music that I love, that promotes love. And I think that's why African music and Afrobeats is so big, because we are always sending love signals out, enjoyable, you know, good vibe messages. That's why you won't really hear a beef Afrobeats record that is beefing somebody, because we're full of love. And I think once we keep promoting our love and pushing it even more, I think that's how we can now help those who have been through trauma, you know, we can help them to heal through positive vibrations, through forgiveness. You know, forgiveness is one of the most important, in fact, is the most important thing. You understand? Forgiving yourself first. Once you can forgive yourself first, it's easier even to forgive people that have wronged you. And you start, you know, and then that's based on love. So yeah, that's what I would say. Positive vibrations, positive African music, positive music. It doesn't have to be African, but positive music. I'm an Afrobeats artist, so I say African music, and I think that's how we can bring forth more healing. You understand, to our people.